Did Mike give up on his living free channel yet again? And Tater does a drunken short where I'm to blame. That's right, good old Tater. Yeah, he did a little drunken rant where the cops show up, and he's sounds pretty wasted to me. So let's just check it out.
I got 2 new subscribers, both cops. They don't give a fuck about the haters making false claims. Party on! Party on! Woo! Turn it up!
There you go, drunken Tater. And the other funny thing is yeah, for some reason, I'm to blame. Oh, yeah, look at that. Well, look, his beer belly is getting as big as his ego. Little munchkin is, he's blaming me. If you think I care that much about you and your meetup, if you think that I am going to do something as stupid as file a false police report on your dumb little ass, dude, you really are not that important.
Did you fall down and smack your little head on the pavement?
I mean, come on, let's face it. If you're crying about paying $26 a month just to live, you ain't that great, buddy. You're not that great at all. You are not that big of a deal.
These are people of the land, the common clay of the New West. You know, morons.
What I think is funny is that so many people give me far too much credit than I deserve. I mean, people say that I'm the king of the haters. They claim I control other people and their channels. I mean, there you just saw it. Tater and his minions, they claim I track Tater down and I call in reports on him and all kinds of other things. And I'm sure I'm the one who did whatever when they showed up at his bus build. It wasn't me. They say I do all these things in one breath, right? But in the next breath, I'm just some loser in my mommy's basement. I want to be Howard Stern. I'm a no-talent content stealer with no skills, and I live a sad life with no happiness, and I need to find peace and all this other shit. So how does such a sad, no-talented loser pull off such magnificent feats? It really just goes to show how ignorant and uneducated the people are in this cesspool that we call the internet. All right, now let's talk about Mike. That's right, living free Mike. Well, I don't know. I guess we have to call him cheap off-grid living Mike now, because living free is no more. And since that has happened to him, he has taken full advantage. And yes, Mike got on one of his other 2 channels and did one of his infamous live begathons. You have to hand it to him. Mike did make lemonade out of lemons. That's right. He got on there and he used the fact that his channel is gone and he has to start all over again. He used that fact to do a live begathon. And he did the usual. He was checking his PayPal, and I have to check my PayPal. Now, I will have to admit, he didn't do it as often as usual, but yes, I watched for the first hour. I was doing some other things and it was playing in the background as I was doing some things, and I was listening. You don't have to watch, Mike. There's nothing to see, but I was listening, and and then all of a sudden he had to I have to take a break, and I have to go do some things, and I'll come back. I usually only do this for an hour, but I want to come back. So what did he do? I mean, what kind of break? Did you go get a drink? Did you go have to take a poo? What did you do? Did you go hit one up or what? I mean, so you could continue for the next hour or whatever it was. I don't know. I didn't watch after that. But yeah, he went on some like 15-minute break and then came back. I don't know. But anyway, Mike did his begathon, and he did receive some big donations. He checked his PayPal and, well, thank you. Oh, wow, that's quite generous. So he didn't say the amount that I heard anyway. as I was half paying attention. But apparently it was big enough donations to make his eyes bulge and him to salivate a little bit and go, ooh, wow, ooh, wow. Now, Mike did pour it on thick. He did his whole, it's going to take, now if you want, there's a link. If you want to donate, folks, because, look, friends, it's going to take at least a month or more to get monetized. And so I'm really going to need your help. So there you go. There's Mike's spiel. This is my jobby poo. They took my jobby poo. Now I don't have any way to make money. So I am relying on the generosity of you people. So please give me money, because it's going to take at least a month, maybe more, until I can monetize my channel, which leads me to the next thing. He was on the Cheap Off-Grid Living channel, which has over 6,000 subs, has 96 videos. So one would think that it is more than qualified to be monetized with over 6,000 subs, and with 96 videos, you would think he has enough watch time, right? And now he just did if the channel's not monetized, it's his own damn fault. It meets all requirements as far as I can see. So all in all, it sounds like he's giving up on, he's giving up all hope, and he's just going to abandon the Living Free channel. He says he was trying, and he gets sent around in circles, and he's just getting nowhere. So there's just no sense in it, and I'm just gonna give up hope. Now, I know this has happened to other people in the past, quite a few channels that I know of, and they managed to get their channels back successfully. But I guess it's not worth the time and the effort for Mike. I mean, I guess it's just a lot easier to do a sob story and beg. Now, Mike did abandon the Living Free channel once before. He turned it into a big infomercial. He did nothing but review free products that he received, and then he would sell them for top dollar. Mike was basically the QVC of YouTube. Now, once he took his Living Free channel into this new direction, that's when he started his other two channels. One focused on off-grid living, which was the Cheap Off-Grid Living channel, and looking at land and looking for land and playing with his stuff and all that. While the other, it was religious in nature, and he was spending his time hoping to be raptured. Mike did eventually return to his Living Free channel in hopes of resurrecting its once successful and profitable view count. Well, things didn't go as fast as Mikey had hoped. But then, just when things kind of started to look like they was going to gain some steam and some momentum, something happened. Mike's greed and need for instant gratification led him to fall prey to a scam. With just one simple click, his channel was gone. Taken over by a hacker, Living Free was no longer Mike's channel. So, with his channel in the hands of a hacker and YouTube kind of not doing anything to help him and him getting nowhere, Mike is now once again focused on the Cheap Off-Grid Living channel. Now, he did try this once before, but without success. So, I guess we'll just have to keep an eye out and see what happens. Now, when Mike was on his little live begathon, he kind of, I don't know, I think he kind of berates his people some in some certain sort of ways. I mean, he demands likes. He looks and concentrates on the number of people to the like ratio, and it wasn't to his liking, so he had to keep. Now, come on, people, there's this many people in here, and only this many. You guys got it. You gotta. He also goes on to tell people to stay. If you're gonna come in here, you're gonna click and you're gonna come in. Stay. Don't be coming in and then leaving, and then coming back later and then leaving. Either stay or don't come at all. You're messing up my statistics. It's in my humble opinion that Mike concentrates on the wrong things. I mean, he's so worried about likes and money, and he's constantly looking at numbers of viewers and other worthless nonsense. Yeah, you kind of keep track of that thing, but that shouldn't be your main focus. Your main focus should be at the people that are in your life, because they're not watching your video and just leaving comments. They can actually interact with you now, but you're too worried about clicking that like button and send me money, and I got to look at my PayPal, and you people were coming in and leaving, and I don't know. I mean, I'm actually kind of quite interested in seeing the approach Mike takes and the outcome of his efforts. I just think that less scolding his audience and more interaction would go farther. I think concentrating on his followers and a little less on how many views a video gets in the first hour and how many thumbs up he got would draw more viewers and interaction. But hey, he has more subs and gets more people to throw money at him than I do, so I guess having a channel that more than qualifies to be monetized, but he claims that it isn't, is a good begging tool. Now, maybe, just maybe, Mike being hacked is a blessing in disguise. He can ride this sob story out until the donations dry up and the wheels fall off.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
What we do here is go back.